Hi everybody, it's Christina here from Mystical Essence with your April 2020 reading. I hope you've all done, I hope you're all very well and are safe and happy wherever you are in the world. I would like to just remind everybody to a little thing before I do this reading about energy and how what we focus our energy on is what we will create more of. So if you're in a state of fear or panic at the moment, you'll be subconsciously creating more of the same. So one of the things I've decided to do, and I invite you to do the same, is I've decided to focus on the heart of humanity, meaning focusing on the love, the peace, the calm, the serenity, that love that we have for ourselves and for other people. I'm going to be focusing my energy on that rather than the virus and all that other stuff that's going on in the world. Because at the moment there's a few different stories going around about what we're dealing with, and some of the research that I've done myself seems to indicate that corona is actually far less fatal than what the flu, the general influenza, is worldwide every year. So I'm not giving much more of my attention to the coronavirus or any of the situations that come as a result of that. I'm going about my business as usual. Obviously, I'm not out there, you know, chatting to people, and I'm doing the social distancing thing and, you know, keeping mindful of the elderly and the vulnerable around me, of course, but I will not, and I will not be in fear, and I will not sit there in judgment. I'm just going to sit in the space of love and peace, and this is where I'm focusing my time and energy into that heart of humanity, because it's very important that we focus on what we want to create more of rather than what we don't want to create. So I don't want to create any more mass hysteria or panic buying or fear or stress or any of that sort of stuff. So I'm going to focus on the opposite of all of that, which is love and calm and serenity. So I invite you to, in your daily meditations, do your own grounding and your own balancing and so forth, and then spend 5 to 10 minutes at the end of your normal meditation time sending out good vibes to the globe without specifying for the fear or for the anxiety or for the virus or for the whatever. Just send out pure divine love and watch it flow, because that's what we really need to be creating a lot more of at the moment. So as usual, I'm going to be pulling some cards for us today, excuse me, to applicable to this month. So this month seems to be very much a case of things that we need to focus on within and without, making sure that we're not being taken for a ride and keeping our energies nice and calm and still. That seems to be the primary focus that we need to deal with in this month. So, okay, so the first card we've got for this first week, we've actually got 4 cards. So the first week is the Eagle King. I'll just bring it up a bit closer so you can read that and see what it says. So it's about looking at the big picture and angelic help. So this ties in with what I was saying before, is about making sure that your focus this month is on the heart, not on the crap, right? Because the more you can stay heart-centered and focused on what's going on in here for you and really listening to truth as it is for you. So again, I'll just put a little proviso in there. Not everything that we've been told is true. So please don't just take everything as the truth, because it's not. There is a lot of deception going on in the world at the moment, and a lot of people are taking advantage of this situation that we found ourselves in. So this first kind of week, well, actually the theme for the whole of April, but particularly this first week where people's normal routines are changing, because here in Australia, at least, we're finally in a virtual lockdown. You know, virtually everything's shut. And life as you know it is now going to be different, and it will be different forever, because the underhandedness that I can feel going on underneath all the fear and the panic that's being created is going to have dire consequences on us later down the track. So be mindful, be aware, stay alert, Do not take everything that you hear, read, see, get told as gospel, and make sure that you're only absorbing what is your truth, what represents the truth for you, okay? And it is okay if your truth is different to someone else's truth, okay? We all have our own thoughts and feelings. We are all connected. We actually aren't separate from each other, so we are picking up on everyone else's stuff. And it's really important that you only take on board and own what you believe to be true for you, not for what everyone else tells you to be true. So this first part of April is very much about getting to know you, going within, staying calm and focusing on that heart-centered energy and asking for support from those around you, right? Because not just from spirit and whatever else, but there's a lot of people in the world that are taking their businesses online to help you. So something I did myself, I don't know, about August last year, is I started doing everything, well, not everything, but I started doing a lot of online consultations and psychic work and readings and healings and all that sort of stuff. And it's worked just fine, but I'm even more so now in this time where everybody's not allowed to see anybody. It's very important that you tap into the pool of resources around you that is readily available, and for the most part at a reasonable cost, because everybody's having the same situation. So we're all really trying to help each other. So do take interest in what's being around you. Do take on board only what is serving you, and find the help if you need the support. As we move into the second part of the month, so we're looking second week predominantly, we've got the Camel Boy appearing. So he's all about, as you can see there, small steps and asking for help, which just reaffirms the first card, and it's about making sure that you are taking care of you. So April has to be a take care of you month, okay? For those of us that have a muggle job, a lot of us that are still in work are working from home, right, in a home-based model. Excuse me, that's my dog. Sorry, she's just putting her 2 cents in. So yeah, for a lot of us, it's a new model. It's a new way of working, and we have to now work within our own homes, and we don't have that separateness of this is my office and this is my home. It's sort of all in the same one, and that can be really hard to kind of meld together so that you still have your own, you know, personal time and you have your work time. So one of the ways of taking care of yourself in April, if that is the model that your workplace has taken, is to get up and get dressed and put your makeup on and do your hair and all that, or whatever else that you would normally do to go to work, you do in the comfort of your own home, and you go to your office, right? So you keep that separate. You keep the routines in place so that you can keep your mindset in the right frame of mind. And then when your working day is done, whatever you would normally have done, like if that's when you get home, you take off your bra, you wipe off your face, you know, you get in your daggy best clothes, whatever it is that makes you comfortable when you get home from work, do the same routine even though your office is now in your home. Because what we don't want to do is we do not want to upset the mindset balance, right? We don't want to confuse the mind into a sense of, well, I'm just home from work now, so I can just be in my pajamas all day, it doesn't really matter. Because what that will actually do is it causes confusion and conflict within yourself, and it depletes your immune system, and that can lead to depression and anxiety. So what we really need to do is take care of ourselves and be very healthy. So in the new paradigm of how we're working, keep as many of the routines as you can possible. And by the way, I'm just going to put in a little snippet here that's not related to the cards but pertains to the keeping of the routines. In Australia anyway, at least, we're getting a lot of help from the government. Now, I do believe this is happening in the States as well, but I'm not 100% sure. But there's financial help coming through. And it's very, very important that we don't look at the financial assistance as a free ride. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have to use it in the same way as we would in a normal functionality. So paying your mortgage if you can, paying your rent if you can, like keeping, the whole theme of April is keep everything as per your normal routine. That comes through really, really strongly for me. It's keep everything as per your normal routine where you can. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people in Australia particularly, and probably across the world, that have lost their jobs as a result of this shutdown. And for those guys, my heartfelt sympathies for you guys. I think the government could have handled it a lot better and, you know, allowed everyone to take leave with pay or something, so that at the end of this crap, they've got a job to go back to rather than terminating everybody. I'm not in the government, I don't make the decisions, but that would have been a better plan in my opinion. So for you poor souls who have lost your job, I'm very deeply saddened for you, but I'm also excited for you because it gives you the opportunity to explore further and find out where you need to go. Anyway, moving right along, I just wanted to pop that in because it's vitally important that you do as many things as you can that you would normally do in your everyday life. Moving into the third part of April, so the third week of April, we've got the Sisters of the Seasons, and she's about cycles and going inwards and following the divine law, following that internal law. So as I was saying at the beginning, we all actually have this wonderful little compass inside ourselves that can direct us to where we need to go. And it will, if we allow it and if we listen to it, it will tell you what is correct for you. And it's very important that come the third week of April, where perhaps maybe if you're working from home, you're going a little bit stir crazy, or you know, things are getting really stressful or what have you, it's very important that you kind of look outside the box, right? Because it's through adversity that we grow. And the situation that we've been placed in at the moment has been adverse for a great number of people. And so what we kind of need to be able to work with what we've got, tap into all our skills and our knowledge and all our learnings for all our life and bring it together to get us over the hump, okay? So make sure that, you know, by the third week of this month, make sure that you're really in sync with who you are, really listening to your internal dialogue and making sure that that internal dialogue is of a positive nature rather than of a negative or fear-based nature. It's very, very, very important that we all work from this space, our hearts at the moment, right? We have to work from the heart space, not this. This is not going to solve the problem. The problem will be here. Okay, this is where you need to solve the problem. So it's very important in this month, self-care, taking the time to go inwards, grow, learn, change, adapt, okay, where you can. And then towards the end of the month, we've got the Dream Walker, which is about dreams and, I'll just try and show you that, and the collective good and wellness, right? So making sure that basically, yeah, like I was saying, if you follow this little journey and you don't invest, do not invest in hype, in the fear, in the drama, in all of the stuff, but just invest in yourself, taking out regular timeouts, only taking on board or absorbing that which feels right and truth for you. When we do that, you'll find that at the other end of April, you'll come out much more centered, much more grounded, and much clearer in your path and what next steps you have. So I hope that gives you a bit of guidance for this month. Of course, as I've said a few times, I'm here online. I do everything I can do online. So I don't need you here, don't even need to be in the same country. I can still work with you. If there's anything at all that I can help you with, please reach out to me and we can have a chat and find out what the best solution is for everybody so that we can all get through this together. Much love from me to you. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, stay safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.